So I believe that a lot of people look at Shiba Inu in the wrong light. All right. They don't have an actual understanding of what SHIB is or why it is, in fact, probably the purest form of crypto that we have in the space, meaning that it frankly has the potential to rival Bitcoin. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. I'm not saying that it's going to just instantly explode and crush Bitcoin's market cap or anything like that. But when we look at what SHIB was launched as, right? It was launched as a meme coin, no utility, no direction, anything like that. And Ryoshi did two things. He gave 50% of the supply to Vitalik because it's an ERC20. We're on the blockchain, showing our obviously connection to Ethereum. He took the other 50% and he put it in an LP. So washed his hands of it, done. Didn't give himself any supply, didn't give the devs any supply or anything like that. So right away, it was a heavily decentralized asset apart from the Vitalik holdings. Then Vitalik did something very interesting. He took most of his supply and burned it, never to see the light of day again, and donated the rest. So SHIB then became, frankly, the most decentralized asset in crypto. And that even includes BTC. Now, BTC has heavy decentralization. We can see that here, right, with the distribution. But I want to remind people that even Ryoshi gave himself 1.1 million BTC. Now, it's never seen the light of day, but just to kind of give people some insight as to what the devs' mindsets were. Ryoshi was about decentralization. He was about the people. This is why we say SHIB is the coin of the people, right? Now, what's interesting about this is when we look at what SHIB can do, all right, I'm not even going to get into the fact that SHIB can become hyperdeflationary. If shibarium gets figured out and we can see huge removals of supply in a very short period of time, SHIB frankly has the ability to outlast some of these drops that we see in the space. Not outlast, but outpace some of these drops that we see in the space. So not only can Shiba Inu become the best store of value in the space, that's kind of what it is right now. It's a store of value, but it is also the closest aligned asset to what Bitcoin was originally intended to be. It is supposed to be peer-to-peer digital currency, right? If we look at what SHIB, where SHIB is, right? It's in basically every single exchange in the world, but you know what it's also in? Basically every single payment network in the world. SHIB is spendable at millions and millions of retail outlets. We'll just say that retail outlets worldwide. All right. So SHIB then closely aligns with what the original intent of Bitcoin was. Now, some people will look at it and say, oh, it doesn't have its own blockchain. It's got no value, all these things. And I want to remind people of something. So Bitcoin is a blockchain that is very dated. It's slow. It's old. It doesn't really get built with much anymore. They're trying to do stuff with it. But frankly, there's a lot better tech out there. You're very hard pressed to find an asset that has survived the bear market like Shiba Inu has, that has actually come out and done quite well, that wasn't launched for the wrong purpose. There are some other coins that have been launched here within the last 4 years that have heavy centralization. They have a central authority that does things. And sometimes that's fine if they want to, burn things, then it's cool, whatever, right? There are some ones that were launched as scams that outlasted the scam portion. But when we look at where SHIB is headed, it's in a very consistent trend. It is gaining new holders. It's gaining new optics. It's gaining utility as time goes on. And when we look at now compared to the early days of Bitcoin, I see a lot of striking similarities. All right. That's where this thing can become something that frankly can rival Bitcoin. The more optics it gets, the longer it's around, the more resilient it is. Guys, if SHIB ends up being a massive top performer in this space this cycle, if it gets to somewhere between a $300 to $500 billion market cap, which some people might think is crazy, right? You got to remember that SHIB last cycle hit a $50 billion market cap with less holders than here, more available supply in the market. There is this natural progression that takes place from cycle to cycle. And if you haven't noticed, these optics for Shiba Inu, those metrics, the fundamentals for SHIB have all been consistently good for a very long period of time. And it frankly geared up to become even more of a mainstay than it already is. If that does happen, we may be having some very big discussions about SHIB becoming one of the best assets in crypto, period. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.